Hey everybody, come on in, come on in. And hey Roxanne, you said you checking in from work. I know you commented a little early before I got the live started, so I don't know if you're still in here or not. But if so, you are the first one in the chat. So everybody come on in, please make sure you hit the like button so we can get started on this review. I think we have like 2 episodes left, I believe, with Good Girls. So this last episode that we're going to review came on, what's today, the 13th? It came on last night. Yeah, last night on Mother's Day. And I actually did want to come live, you guys, last night. I know I went live during the daytime, in the morning, on the way to church, just to give out a happy Mother's Day, when I go to church, the few times I get to go a month, because, I work several jobs, but the few times I get to go a month, I always try to go live right before church, kind of give y'all, my little church vibe before I go into the Lord's house or whatnot. But yeah, and I had said that I was going to go live again last night, but y'all, I was poop de doop. I was tired. I'm so tired. And so what I did was I came home and I made a meal for the kids, and I finished up 2 cakes that I was working on. The cakes I was working on Saturday night when I was live with you guys. And I laid down to take a nap, and I was gone. I was gone. I woke up like, oh, dang, I told them I was going to go live. I was gone. That sleep felt so good. But yeah, I've been grinding besides normally, my normal job, where I work, and also, the nursing home. Where I work part-time, and then these videos, I'm just been putting out videos left and right, right and left, trying to, hurry up and get monetized. I'm so close, like so close. I can taste it. And why does this person keep calling me? Like, I'm live. I know you get the notification, so why are you calling me? Maybe because maybe I had something to do. That's Sam who's calling me, by the way. That's Sam. My sis that I do reviews with on our other channel. We have a channel called The Hood Table. And on that channel, it's a collaboration channel with me and her. It's a channel separate from this one, but it's kind of like a sister channel. We still do reviews, but we discuss other things as well, like, things that we might have gone through growing up in our life with kids, and of course, since the show or the channel is called The Hood Table, every time we go live, we always make sure we include a story from the hood, something that we might have experienced, or something that we know somebody else might experience, something that went down in the hood, or whatnot. It might not always have to do with us, but maybe somebody we knew, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, but we'll never like put too much specific information in there, like people's names and things like that, because when you're from the hood, you already know. You already know. But anyway, you guys, come on in, make sure you click the like button, and if you happen to be just scrolling through, feel free to hit the subscribe button as well. And also hit the notification bell to make sure you get all my notifications. And remember, you guys, I am really close to getting Review to be monetized. So all of you out there that are continually running my playlists and running my videos, to help me get my hours, I need, now it's like 1,000. I'm down to like 1,000 hours, and I got like, let's see, today is the 13th. I got like 23. Yeah, like 23 more days before my year is up, because my year is on June 6th. And I don't have a calendar in front of me right now. But the 6th, and it's 13 in this month, so that means about 23. Yep. So I'm really, really close, y'all. So everybody that's been helping me, grind and get those hours and watching those videos, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much, very much. But anyway, hey everybody on YouTube, hey everybody on IG, just in case you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel called Tanya's Primetime TV Media Reviews. So I'm on live on YouTube and I'm on live on IG at the same time. And we're going to be discussing a review on Good Girls this evening. The television show that I highly, highly recommend to those of y'all who do not know about this show. I have Dish. So I'm going to just go to the Dish real quick. And it comes on every Sunday. Well, we only got like 2 episodes left. But it comes on every Sunday. And it's on, WWOWT. I think that's ABC for us. No, NBC. Yeah, NBC. So that's the channel that it comes on. So it comes on a local channel. So you guys can also watch it too on Netflix. Like season 1. If you want to catch up, with season 2. But anyway, the name of this last show was called Hunting Season. And we're going to get all into that so y'all can know why it was called Hunting Season for y'all who do not watch the show or might not have watched the latest episode. But anyway, last episode we saw how Beth and Dean, Beth is like the main, I don't know if I would call her the head of the girls club per se, the head of the trio, the head of their team, but I think she fits the bill. Her and her husband, they have a car lot and they were running drugs out of there. They were laundering money out of there for Rio, the guy who's basically been kind of blackmailing them in a sort of type of way since the very beginning. Beth was trying to get away from under Rio's thumb, but we saw how, thanks to Ruby and her sister Annie going behind her back last episode and hooking up with Rio because they needed some more money. They were all out of money, and every time it seems like they run out of money, it'd be like in dire shit. Like it'd be something really, really important. In Ruby's case, she needs a lawyer. She needs a lawyer because Stan, her husband, was brought in on charges for evidence tampering. And that's crazy, that we found out that's what the charges was because, I've been doing reviews on that situation with the little girl Malia Davis that went missing, and her stepdad has now been charged. He has been charged with tampering of evidence, specifically a body. So if y'all have not seen my reviews on that, please go to my YouTube channel, Tanya's Primetime TV, and watch the videos under Malia Davis. It's like, and I just did the update video like, what was that, last night? No, that was Saturday. Yep, Saturday evening I did an update on that. But anyway, Ruby's husband Stan was brought in and he was charged and he was released. She managed to get him out on bail, and then that was from the robbery, of course, when they had robbed the Paycheck Advance place. So then they needed some more money to retain a lawyer. So there they go again, back out there in the streets because they needed to make some more money. But what had happened was when they were supposed to be delivering the drugs, the pharmaceutical pills over the border into Canada, Ruby kind of freaked out because the way they were transporting it was on like a school bus with her daughter and her daughter's troop on there. It's kind of like the Girl Scout, but they called it something else. They didn't use Girl Scouts per se, but they used something else. And she was like nervous and scared that if they got pulled over and the girls are on the bus and if they got arrested, it would be right in front of her daughter. And then on top of that, the club, the scouts, all the parents would know, that they were doing illegal things. So of course she was like, nope, I'm not. She took the drugs out of the cooler that Annie had put them in to transport them on the bus. Annie had no idea, and come to find out later, no drugs on the bus. And Annie was pissed off. But, in a way, I'm like, okay, I understand why Annie was pissed off, because she didn't have a heads up. She had no idea that Ruby had took the drugs and put them in a dumpster. Like, at the park, like, anybody could have found them drugs. And I was wondering, like, are they going to go back and get the drugs? Or is they just going to leave the drugs there? Because they had to have known that he wasn't going for that. Like, y'all took all these pills. Y'all went behind Beth's back to get me to continue doing business with y'all without Beth. And then y'all let my drugs, I mean, basically get tossed. Well, hopefully they got thrown away and no kids found them or anything. But anywho, they were like, I mean, they weren't discussing it or anything. Like, what do we tell Rio? What do we tell Beth? What we gonna do about the drugs? What we gonna do about the money? None of that. They just went on like, oh well, you know, we dumped the drugs, we trashed the drugs. Oh well, we live to see another day. But Rio wasn't having that. So what he basically did now, this episode, the beginning of the episode, Beth opens up a package that was delivered. It was by a delivery service like UPS or, you know, USPS, something like that. And inside the envelope was a finger of a dead man. And we all know who that finger belonged to. I couldn't believe it because when they had, when his ex had, you know, cut up his body and dismembered his body after she killed him, and she dismembered it, and she called Beth and them like, hey, I need help, you know, I'm in this situation, you know, I need help. And so they helped her. They gathered up the body, they wrapped it up real good, duct tape and all that, put it in bags, and they dumped it into a trash field, like the city trash site. And then when they found out that the feds had got a tip that there might be a body out there, Rio, he comes to the rescue again. He gets the body. It seems like that's always happening. He comes to the rescue every time they're stuck. And usually it's to do with money. But he realized that it could go, you know, get traced back to him, you know, because of the simple fact they killed him to cover up what they were doing. That's the whole reason why the FBI agent is behind, you know, is after them and mainly after Beth. So they got rid of the body. Rio, he comes and collects the body once the feds find out it might be at the trash site. I'm thinking this whole time, the body is now gone. Like gone. Like not at a trash site, not in the dirt, like gone. Like Rio would have possibly burned it or destroyed it somehow with some chemicals or no. He still has the body, and now he's blackmailing them because he lost out on all the pills and the pharmaceutical pills that Ruby and Annie was supposed to deliver over the border and receive money, you know, for doing that. So he's sent a piece of a little, you know, finger, a little piece of finger, a little souvenir from Boomer. And she opens it up, and then she calls the ladies over, and they're all looking at the finger on the table in a plastic bag, and they're like, could it be Boomer's? Who else could it be? They ain't killed nobody else. I mean, Rio have, but they ain't killed nobody else, and they actually didn't even kill him. And that's the crazy part is they are trying to defend themselves from that crime, from killing Boomer, because they didn't kill Boomer. His ex killed him. But of course, you know, the detective thinks Beth did it, so that's why he's on to them. But anyway, Dean finds out because that she's still dealing with Rio, because when last episode he told her, well, no, the episode before last, he told her, if you're going to continue to deal with him, I'm out. I'm leaving. I have to go. I'm taking the kids. I can't deal with this, because he was, you know, he didn't have proof, but he was thinking and believing that his wife Beth, and Rio had a little more going on than just, you know, business. Like a little more business besides drug dealing and money laundering. He knew they had a little more business that they were taking care of, but he didn't have no proof. And I think it probably wouldn't have been as big as a deal, being that he's been cheating on her for years and years and years with his secretaries, with his office assistants, and, you know, other people outside of his company. But because of the fact that Rio is actually blackmailing them, He actually broke into their car lot. He started tearing up cars. He even shot her husband, Dean. Let's not forget that. He did shoot him and he was in the hospital for a while. So that's another reason why, besides the fact he thinks they're, doing something, behind closed doors, that he's like, okay, I'm out of here if you don't stop seeing him. And so that's why she cleaned her hands. She did that final job. I'm through. I'm out. But Ruby and Annie, they still needed money. So they went behind her back, contacted Rio. He hooked them up with some pharmaceutical pills, like a lot of them. And they basically dished them because Ruby was scared they was going to get caught going into Canada. So now we're back to Dean. when they got their car lot, when they got raided last episode, he was like, how did you know? How did you know that we was about to get raided? He knew, but he wanted to ask. And she was like, well, I was driving in, and, I was driving around, and I saw all these cars, and they was cop cars and undercovers, and I just assumed we was getting raided. But he knew. He was like, oh, yeah. And our daughter said that y'all met up at the park. So that's how he knew that she had met up with Rio, even though she was lying. She got caught in a lie. But then, do y'all agree with her, or do y'all believe what she's saying is true? When she told him, I tried to quit, I really am trying to quit, I'm going to quit. And then he was like, I don't think you can. I don't think you can quit. And her response was, I guess I can't, because I really enjoy having sex with him. I was like, no, she didn't. Out of all the things she could have told him. I mean, at first she was like, I can quit. I'm really trying to quit. But, the money and, the bills and it's quick, easy money. That's what she was like at first. But then she said, you know what? Forget it. I really enjoy having sex with him. His face was like, he couldn't even say nothing. He was just like, okay, cool. I got it. Well, at least you're being honest. So he goes up and gets some divorce papers drafted up, but we'll see if they ended up getting divorced. Now, as far as Annie, Annie, I like Annie, but she can be, I said before, I think she's the weakest link in the group. Why I said that? Because that pillow talk is a mofo, y'all. Y'all know when y'all in bed and y'all talking to y'all boo and they be trying to talk to you about different things and you just be up there after, some nice, heated activities, you open up. You open up, everywhere. But, you open up and you start popping your gums about stuff. She done went and told this man everything. Like, okay, so far we don't know what all she told, but from what she told Ruby, she was like, I told a lot. I really told a lot. I told him everything. And of course she didn't realize, that she made a mistake till they figure, okay, Rio, he's going to keep blackmailing us. He's sending Beth, after he sent him the finger, the next day she wakes up, she goes to it's another package. The next day, it's another package. The next day, the mailman or the UPS or whoever gives a piece of, gives them another package to her daughter. So her daughter's walking in the house, talking about, here, mommy, this came from the mailman. And she's like, oh, shit. What if he actually delivers something and her kids open it, or her husband Dean opens it? It'll be a wrap after that, because he keeps sending different pieces of souvenir to her from Boomer's body. First it was the finger, then it was ears, and then I don't know what else was in those other packages because they didn't say, but each time she would take it, throw it down the garbage disposal, which was super gross. She threw it down the garbage disposal and it started like chopping up the Start chopping up the body parts, and you could hear it, like you could hear the grizzle, you could hear the bone just getting chopped up. Like, oh, how gross. How gross. But I'm like, dang, I hope she really cleaned that sink really good. But after days and days of doing that, they sat down there like, okay, we gotta do something. Rio's not gonna leave us alone. She goes to visit him as usual in the park and figures out, if we get this money back to him that we lost him, we could possibly get him off of our case right now. Right now. But if he still has this body, he might, try to blackmail us in the future. He has something over our head. They didn't kill him, but they did help get rid of the body and try to discard it, So tampering of evidence again. He's like, I just want my money. Basically, I just want my money. You asked for this. In the beginning, Beth and them, in the beginning, they owed him because they accidentally stole his money when they was robbing the grocery stores. They accidentally stole his money. But after they got the money back to him, they started having all these other situations, and they needed money, and they needed it quick. So basically what he's been doing this whole time is, you needed me, I gave you the money, you supposed to deliver in order for me to pay you. But now it's come down to the point where they don't seem like they ever gonna get rid of them. Like, me personally, I think they should pay him his money back, and I think they should go in business for themselves because they done so many hustles. I mean, getting rid of bodies and everything since meeting him. I think they could probably, Beth would have to be in charge, definitely. She would have to be in charge. Then I think next in line would be Ruby. And then, at the bottom, the weakest link, her best sister, Annie, will have to be at the bottom. But yeah, I think they should start their own little, girls club, per se. And do their own crime sprees on their own time and not have to answer to nobody. But anyway, Ruby. She used her dirty money to pay for staying a lawyer, like I was saying before. And that lawyer, the one that she had got, or the one that they came to see, I wonder, okay, when he was telling her, okay, hey, they don't have no evidence on you. They're saying that you tampered with evidence, but he was like, where's the evidence? This is like an open shut case. There's nothing here. We will kill this case. We will kick ass in court. And he was like, it's gonna cost you though 10 stacks up front. And he gonna tell her the next day when she brought the money in, well, after they did their little hustling and stuff, Ruby, it was so funny. She was up there with $100 bills out there because it's dirty money. It's dirty money. Rio was like, okay, y'all messed up on the pills. I'm gonna give y'all some more dirty money to launder. So they got to get rid of all this money. And usually when he gives them money, it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands that they have to clean up. So she's taking money out to the bomb pop truck and buying like 75-cent bomb pops and handing him like $1. Like, that's all I got. That's all I got. And then Beth, she's to clean her money because you remember they used to go to the stores, right? They used to go to the like the super centers, like the Walmarts per se. They didn't really say, I forgot the name of the stores, but they were like Walmarts, and they were going in there and they were buying really expensive stuff, and then they were returning it, buying it with the dirty money, returning it for the clean money. They was also laundering money through their car lot. They can't do that no more because they've been raided, so they can't do that anymore. So they're like, okay, we got to find some way to clean this money. So Ruby, she's up there. I don't know what else she was doing on top of that, but she was using the bomb pop man to get change. And also Beth, she was using okay, I think Beth had the smartest idea. But she would go to the laundromat and she would put in dirty money in the laundromat coin machine and then have it give her out a whole bunch of quarters. She did this for hours, And then she got all this change back. She had a laundry basket full of quarters that she couldn't even hardly carry out to the car. So that's how she was getting her money washed. Annie, she was at the store where she still works, and you know how they put up the little jars for donations. Like I see them all the time in the hood. You know, somebody needs money to be buried, or somebody's sick or something like that, and they have little jars sitting up there and saying, please give, you know, whatever you give, anything, you know, anything helps. She's taking all the money out of the jars and she's putting not the fake money, but the dirty money in there. So they trying their best to get rid of this dirty money. Ruby, she uses her money to get Stan that lawyer, like I said. But when she came back with the money, the lawyer was like, okay, how did you get this money so fast? Where did you get this money so fast? You know, he's asking all the how, whens, and whys, and he said, you know what, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't think this case is for us anymore. If we take this case, we'll basically be taking a risk and risking ruining our reputation. She was like, oh, okay. She was kind of confused at first because she's like, okay, normally lawyers, do they really care where the money comes from? Do they really care? But I think in this situation, when it deals with, you know, what her husband is being charged for, you know, tampering with evidence, he's like, I don't know, you know, y'all was broke the other day, and then you come in here with, you know, 10 stacks. So she was like, okay, let me just put this. She taking each stack, putting it back in her purse. He hurried up with the quickness and put his hand on the rest of that money and said, but if you add on another stack for us taking a risk, and then add on another stack for possibly ruining our reputation for taking this case, then we got a case. We got a case. But how much you want to bet? You know them lawyers, they so grimy and shisty and shady. I'm pretty sure that extra 20 probably went in his pocket. Why he talking about this is for us risking our, you know, company and for ruining our reputation. I bet you when he reached his hand out there to avoid her putting all that money back in her purse, I know he was thinking, okay, I'm pocket this little money. And that's probably something lawyers do too. They probably do, especially when they know that it's dirty money, like drug dealers, murderers, you know what I'm saying. They probably do that anyway all the time. So she went ahead, gave him the money. He took the money, so he said he's gonna, you know, represent them. And I'm really hoping that he does his best to represent them and just doesn't, you know, take her money and try to swindle them and just try to get rid of the case. You know how lawyers do. But back to Annie. When they were following, okay, after they figured Rio, you know, he was gonna keep on, you know, doing what he's doing to them, blackmailing them with body parts from Boomer. They was like, okay, we need to try to find his key. We need to try to find out if he has Boomer in a storage, because he likes to use storage, you know, to hide his drugs, to hide his money, you know, that he needs to be cleaned. So they was like, we need to find a key. Beth was like, yeah, we do need to find a key. We need to find out where the body is, and we need to get the body and get rid of the body. So they come up with a plan with Annie. She's going to follow the guy that she's been, you know, messing around with, the new manager at her job, the one who is actually part of the FBI, you know, agency. So she finds out that he's talking to Agent Turner. She sees them in the park when she follows him. That's how she found out that he was FBI. And Beth, she follows Rio. She follows him, pick up his child. Then I think they went to like a gym because his child does like karate or something like that. And then she followed him, you know, to find out where he lives. She goes up in his apartment, breaks into his apartment. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. But then I have questions. Hey, Roxanne, how you doing? Like when she broke into his apartment through the fire escape, The lady, the next door neighbor who she first met and who she managed to get Rio's name from, because she was waiting for her to say Rio. She was waiting for her to. She was like, I'm locked out my boyfriend's house and he's left, and I came out to get a better reception on my phone. And she had like this sheet on, she had clothes underneath her regular clothes, but she put like a sheet around her to make it seem like she was naked and out in the hallway and stuck, with no way back into the apartment. And the lady was like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't have a key to this apartment or nothing. But when Beth was, trying to get information out of her, the neighbor was like, who you referring to? Whose apartment? And she started naming off all these names, and Beth was like, and then she's like, the one with the little boy, and he has like a tattoo on his neck. Oh, Christopher. So Christopher, that's his real name. Like, I thought his name was Rio. Like, all this time I'm thinking his name is Rio because, hell, he looks like a Rio too. A fine ass Rio. That man is too sexy for his own good. Too sexy to be a gangster, that's for sure. But anyway, she found out his name was Christopher. And the lady said, well, you could try to fire escape because none of these windows lock. But do y'all think that was a setup? Like, really? Because when she was almost home free, she found the keys, she matched them to the key that she had, and it looked like they both matched. So she figured, okay, this is the storage unit key. Soon as she picks the key up, you hear him. Excuse me. What are you doing in my apartment? Can I help you find something? She turned around, beat red, like, oh my God. And I'm looking at Rio like, this man, he's too cute. He's too cute. But he gives her that look, that look that he always gives her. Like, even when he's pissed off and mad at her, when they owe him money, when they lose his money, all the different scenarios that they done been through, he still gives her this look like he really, 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 really likes her. And I know he does. Hell, they done slept together, 2 times now? 2 times now in the heat of passion. It was never planned. But when he found her, he was like, what are you doing here? I wonder if that lady, the neighbor, like if she was in cahoots. Like, okay, like how he always knows where Beth is. He always knows where she is, whether she's at her kids' track meet, swimming meet, or match, or whatever you call the swimming things. Wrestling, basketball, recital, at the park, at the store. He knows where she is at all times. And I said before that I think it's because he might have her car bugged. I don't know. What y'all think? I think he might have her car bugged because he always knows where she is. And he just pops up. And so this time, with her, breaking into his apartment, I'm like, okay, being the business that he's in, I wonder if he actually has, like, cameras in his home, cameras that can see the windows or whatnot, and, like, you know how nowadays people can just pull up their phone, open the app, and they can see every room in their house where a camera is. It could have been that, or it could have been the neighbor pretending like she really don't know him, pretending like she don't have a key, pretending like he could be paying his neighbor to, tip him off if somebody's, snooping around his home. Because he's a big time, drug dealer and money launderer and thug and gangster and murderer. All that wrapped up in one. So I wonder if maybe she was like, hey, Rio, some chick is here at your house. You better hurry, better double back. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but that just, I don't know. Either that or my last one is, you know how people who are involved in activities like that, sometimes they have people purposely following them. Because if they're driving around and, they're being followed, they have like somebody following them to help alert them if they are being followed. So it could have been something like that. But he knew. He said, you've been following me all day. He knew she'd been following him all day. So when he left the apartment to take his son back and she went in there, Not even a few minutes later, here he is, looking at her, all cool and laid back. What you doing in my apartment, girl? And that's how he sound. What you looking for? Can I help you? I'm like, oh my God, he is too cute. Yes. Hey, Dan Anderson. Roxanne, yeah, women do like them bad boys. Shoot, I like them bad, but I don't like them bad. You know, I like them to be a little street, but I don't like them in the street. You know what I mean? Maybe from the streets. Or dibbled and dabbled in the streets a little bit, you know, but not. I don't want them in the streets when I'm with them. Like, nah, you gotta put that in the past, bro. I got kids. But yeah, some women do like them bad boys. But yeah, I think he was either telling her, or I think that lady. I don't know. I almost bet next week we'll probably find out that lady was in on it. But you said he wanted to go more. Is that what you think? Like when he put, okay, how he does that with his finger every time he gets really close to her, and he takes his finger and he gracefully like just pulls the stray hair out of her face, and he be like right on her, like they be like lip to lip, cheek to cheek, and he always takes that hand and he pulls that look, and he was looking at her like, he said let's play 20 questions. 20 questions. I've never played this game before, but it's like he would ask a question, then she would ask a question, and whoever ended up with the last question, I don't know if you win or whatever, but anywho, it was a 20 question game, and every question that she asked, he didn't answer, and every question he asked, she answered though. I'm like, that ain't fair. That ain't fair. So about time they got down to the last question, it was his turn, and she walked up to him and she was like, when is this going to end? What do we got to do? How much do it cost for us to buy this body from you? Like, how much is it going to cost to get from under your thumb? He said, one question left. Would you please get out of my house? I was dead. I'm like, oh, Rio, you know you wrong, boy. He said, would you please get out of my house? She was like, I almost thought for a minute there, Roxanne, that they was about to be in that bed. The bed was right there, and he's all in her face, breathing in her breath. I just knew when he did that little finger thing, because he always does that, and it seemed like when they get intimate, he does that right before they get intimate. But anyway, she just walked out, just, stormed out his bedroom, stormed out his house. But yeah, I thought they was about to get it on, but that would have been too much like, right. Like, he already slept with her in her house, so it'd only be fair if, she ruined his, mess up his blankets too, right? Maybe next time. You said he got magical fingers. I bet he do. I bet he do got some magical fingers, Roxanne. Oh, that's too funny. But so her husband Dean, so now he wants to get a divorce. He knows that she probably won't be able to quit, because she can't quit him. And man, have y'all seen that movie? What's the name of that movie? I know some of y'all men in here probably didn't see that movie because y'all like, about gay men. But Brokeback Mountain. Have y'all ever seen that movie? When she was telling her husband, I be trying to quit. But she can't quit him. She cannot quit real. You know that scene where a man was like, I can't quit you. And then, what happened after that. But anyway, that was a good movie, though. If you ain't, like, homophobic and whatnot, I mean, that was a really good movie. The storyline was what I mostly paid attention to. The storyline of Brokeback Mountain was awesome. Was beautiful. But anyway, back to this. So he, drafts up a divorce papers. Tells her he don't want anything. He don't want the house. He don't want the money. He don't want the cars. He don't want nothing. But of course he wants the kids. And I think he should have the kids. What y'all think? I think he should have the kids because he knows how dangerous Rio is. And he said, I'm trying to protect my family. You won't leave him, whether it's because of the money, chasing the money, the fast money, or how good he is in bed, like she claimed to her husband. Like, how you going to tell your husband I really like having sex with him? But again, Dean slept with so many women throughout their marriage that he don't even know how many women he slept with. So I don't know. But again, as far as the children, I really do think that until she either leaves Rio or get from under his thumb or pays him back all the money, I think the kids probably need to be with Dean. I just really do. I don't know. You agree? Yeah, I agree too. I agree. But so that's probably what's going to happen. We'll see next we'll see next week. But as far as Annie's boyfriend on her side looking in, but on his side looking in, this is a possible suspect. So anyway, he's been playing her all this time, and he laid it on real thick at first. And after Boomer and after her baby daddy basically was, bumping her in his free time because he loves his wife and everything, but he still wanted to be with Annie too. So after she got rid of them two, this great man comes into her life and he's laying it on really thick. The new manager at her job to replace Boomer, the one that's dead now. The old manager's dead now, Boomer. And gives her time off when she wants, lets her eat at work when she wants, let her take breaks, make her own schedule, gives her a raise, promotion, all this stuff. He's laying it on real thick. She fell for it and fell for him. They ended up having sex with each other in the broom closet. And now they in a kind of situationship. When she followed him, she realized, that he was with the FBI or working with the cops or whatnot. But when she broke it off with him, did y'all think, like, even if it was for a split second, did y'all think that he was really, like, hurt? Like, maybe he really does like her? Because when he was in the office with Agent Turner and telling him, I've been dumped, she broke up with me, he was laying on the couch, and I'm like, he's about to bust out laughing any second. He's about to bust out laughing and joke about it. He was just laying there staring up and holding his heart, while Agent Turner was over there, looking through evidence and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, the broom closet, that's where they were. It was either the broom closet or the storage closet or something. But yeah, they was all over everything up in that closet. But I don't know, for a split second there I was thinking, I think he really likes Annie. And he's just in a difficult situation right now because she could be possibly committing a lot of crimes. And she actually told him, like when she told Ruby that she told him a lot. This was before she knew that he was, on the other side of the team, on the other team. We still don't know what all she told him, but we do know that he knows about the money, as far as like dirty money. So he's convinced that they make money. That's what he thinks. And that's what he tells Agent Turner. He's like, they gotta be making money. They gotta be, because look at the serial numbers, where we found the money, where they was at, and they was looking at the serial numbers and they all were like back to back, in order. So they thinking that they make money. So they're not spot on yet because they really don't make money. They might make it clean, but they ain't making no counterfeit money. They just making it clean. So, and on top of that, selling drugs or delivering drugs, I would say. They're like the middleman between Rio and the people out there pushing the stuff. But he sounded convinced, and so, but Agent Turner is like, no. And he's like, come on, you should be thanking me. Take them in, haul them in, they're counterfeiters. No, I think it's bigger than that. That's what he said. I think it's bigger than that. And I think if we arrest Beth right now, they'll get like Martha Stewart time. They'll get only like Martha Stewart time. But if we wait and keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper, then maybe we'll find out that they are responsible for the death of Boomer, which is Annie's old manager. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get them for something big instead of getting them for, counterfeit money. Because, yeah, that's some time and everything, but it's not as much time as murder. Hey, Kalui, how you doing? But, yep, it's not enough, it's not more than the time they would get for murder. And then if you tack on the counterfeit and all that other stuff, tampering of evidence and everything else, yeah, that'd be a nice case. But anywho, again, I hope the lawyer that Ruby and them hire can get Stan off, because if they can get him off the tampering of evidence, at least that's one thing out of their way. Because that evidence was from Beth when she put her mouth on that pen cap to try to pull the pen off, and the top off the pen, and it dropped in the store that they were robbing. That's what that evidence, that's what they got Stan, because he's a cop and he stole it from the evidence room so that his wife and them wouldn't go to prison. So anyway, as far as Noah, y'all let me know if y'all think that he really likes Annie or not. If you think he's just, I don't know. But Agent Turner told him, you know what, go eat you a big old heaping bowl of ice cream, because that's what ladies do. He was trying to throw a little shade at us ladies. Because that's what we do. A lot of women, when they get depressed, especially if it's because of a man, a failed relationship, a breakup, he cheating or whatever, what do? They get a whole bunch of sweets, ice cream, get the syrup out, get the cookies out, get the nuts out, get all that stuff out. They about to do a Dairy Queen up in there. But he told them, get you some ice cream and collect yourself. But then, as far as like Ruby, I had, when she had first stole Bev's calendar, which was like her book club calendar. It said book club on it, but it wasn't really book club. Y'all know that. It was like the calendar for all the runs they got to do, all the drops, all the pickups, and all that, for Rio, all the drug stuff they was doing. When she took that, because the Agent Turner said, you got to give me something, or I'm hauling you and your husband in, your kids going to foster care, da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, I know she ain't gonna snitch. And I'm glad she didn't snitch. But as far as Annie, and she didn't per se snitch, but she told this man, Noah, the manager of her store, who's working undercover with the FBI, I don't know what all she told him, because she didn't say specifically to Ruby or to Beth, her sister Beth, what she said. All she said was, I said a lot. And we know it has something to do with money, because he thinks they're counterfeiters. I don't know what else she said. I really don't know what else she said. But basically, after he got a pep talk from Detective Agent Turner, he was like, okay, how can I get more info out of here? Because he needs to. She broke up with him, but he needs her. He needs her, and he needs to be in her good graces. But he figured, you know what? I'm cool with her daughter. Her daughter really likes me. I'll just, try to get closer to her daughter. And that's what he does. He starts DMing her and texting her and all this kind of stuff, and tagging her on stuff. Things that, little kids might think is funny. Like, he tagged her on something. It was like a video of a parrot who had learned how to burp or something. It was a parrot who was burping, and I guess, he tagged her in that, because most people, especially youth, might find that really funny. Until Annie finds out, she's like, why are you DMing him? You can't be DMing him. And then her little daughter, boy, she has like the biggest attitude I've ever seen from a TV child. Yeah, I know it's a TV child, but she has like the worst attitude I've ever seen on a TV child. And she was mad at her, because she's like, you always go through these men, and then you break up after I done grown attached to him, and now another one, and it's not fair, and I really like him, and da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, we'll see where that goes next week, because he really hasn't got any information or anything from her this episode. But I'm sure next episode he'll try to get some more information out of her. You said you eat the whole gallon of ice cream. I'm not a big ice cream eater. Now cookies, I can do some cookies, I can do some chips and stuff like that. But ice cream gives me like, what do they call that when you get like that cold to your mouth and your gums and your, it's probably because I have a gap between my teeth. I'm sure that's why. But I swear I bite into some ice cream, like my whole body just goes like, ooh, this is some good caramel ice cream. This is some good Butterfinger ice cream. And I have to like take about 5 minutes in between each bite. Unless I wait till it like warms up and kind of melts a little and gets a little warmer. But I cannot bite into no cold ice cream. My whole brain freeze. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. But yeah. I'm like, oh, you said I love ice cream too. Yeah, brain freeze. YS Brooks. Hey, how you doing? That's what I get. And it's because of the gap between my teeth. I'm just being honest. I'm just being. I bite into that ice cream. Shoot, I'll be like, oh my god. But yeah, I usually have to wait till it melts or get a little warmer, or I'll put it in the microwave for like 5 seconds or something like that. But yeah, so anyway, whatchamacallit? What was I about to say next? Okay. So they ended Beth's sister Annie. She's at work. And she's talking to, what's the dude's name that she always talking to? The heavyset white dude. He seemed kind of like really corny or whatnot. She asked him, is Noah coming to work today? And he said, yeah, he'll be here in about 30 minutes. She's like, okay, that give me enough time to, pretend like I'm sick and go home. Because she doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want to face him because she found out he's working with the feds. He's like, well, he starts talking about Boomer, start talking about the meat, because it's hunting season. Thus, the title of the TV show. And a lot of people who hunt, they pay Boomer, who was the manager at the store before he was murdered. They pay him to keep their game, their deer or whatever they kill in the store freezer. And it's like hanging from the ceiling. Look like a meat locker, like a meat plant, like a packing house up in there. And she was asking him like, is that the only thing that Boomer used to have people pay him to do or something? Because she knew Boomer was involved in some criminal activity. That's how they got into this big old mess with Rio. Because when they had robbed the store, they robbed Rio. All the money that was in the store was Rio's. The drug dealer, the gangster, the murderer. That's how they got involved and indebted to Rio. So he said, well, it's some other things, but I'm really not supposed to say. That's when it went off in her head. Ding, 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 ding. They've been wondering where Rio been keeping the body of Boomer, and she finally figured it has to be in the freezer. So she goes and looks and finds a body. That was so funny, y'all. Because she grabbed the body. Well, they went and got the body. They confiscated it. And then they buried it in Beth's backyard, which I do not think was a good place at all. Remember what she had in the backyard before? It was all the money that they had made from the last run with Rio. They had so much money buried all through her backyard, through her roses and her flower garden. And they were robbed. Those young guys, remember they came and they robbed them, dug up all their money bags. So why would she put a body there in replacement of the money? I'm like, oh my God, what you thinking? But anywho, they put the body in there, they cover it up. And like the next day, it had to been like the next day, her daughter comes running up in the house talking about, mommy, the neighbor's dog is back there digging up your flowers. The neighbor's dog, he done smelled something more than rose bushes. He done smelled something more than just smelling the flowers. And I guess he smelled the decomposed body, in the garden. And so she gets out there and makes him, run off or whatnot. And then when she's trying to cover the body back up, she notices a long pieces of strands of black hair on top of the dirt that the dog must have grabbed and pulled out from the bag that the body was in. And I'm looking at this like, what is that? Like, it looks like hair. It actually looks like a wig, like pieces of a wig. It looks like it looks like some braid hair. So you know the hair you buy from the store. It look like braiding hair. But when she thought about it after she covered it back up, she thought about it and she was like, "Hold up." And she called Beth. She called Annie and her sister Annie and Ruby over. She's like, "Hold up. What color was Stan's hair?" And that's when it hit me. I'm like, his hair wasn't black. I'm up there like wondering, what is that in the grass? What is that? It looks like black hair, but his hair wasn't black. His hair is kind of like what was it? Like a kind of blondish, brownish, something like that. That was the color of his hair. Reddish, blondish, something like that. And I'm like, oh my damn. Who body they got? Whose body they got in her backyard? They have no idea whose body they have in the backyard. And I'm like, is this another one of real, messing with them, playing with their emotions? Like, she looked in all the coolers in the freezer, and that was the only body that she found. So whose body is that, and where is Boomer? Or did he really, Y.S. Brooks, did he really destroy Boomer and just put another body in there, and he's playing with them and purposely sending them body parts of somebody else instead of Boomer to make it seem like they're being blackmailed? I was like, hey Miss Hogg, how you doing? Miss Hogg is on IG. Oh my God. Yeah, why is it like the plot twisting, it's twisting again. And I was like, oh my God, who is that in the doggone ground? But from the hair, I wonder if it's okay, hold up. Now I'm having another thought. Y'all know I be reaching. I be reaching sometimes when I do my reviews. What if it's not even a body in there? What if Rio just put something in there to look like hair? What if it's a fake body in there with a wig on, and the hair is, I do too, Y.S. Brooks. I love when they throw a curveball in there and they just have us like in suspense, like, get the wheel spinning, y'all. Hey, Miss Hall, we talking about Good Girls. The last episode that came on last night, it was season 2, episode 12. I think we got like 2 more episodes left, before the season finale. But yeah, last night's show was really good. I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, so, Beth done found out that her man, her boo, or whatever it was, thank God she broke up with him, but he's still trying to, get in where he fit in through her daughter. But she done found out he's working with the FBI. You said you missed it again? Oh my goodness, you gotta watch it, Miss Hogg. The last 2 episodes are really, really good. So you have to watch the last 2 episodes. You have to. And again, I recommend this show to people who have not been watching Good Girls. It is a really good show. And it's on Channel 6 here on Dish. And I think that's NBC. I think it's NBC. But yeah, just look on Dish. If you have Dish, look up Good Girls. Or just look up Good Girls in your area and see what channel comes on, depending on which cable you have, or, but, he said you don't watch the show, but my reviews is great. Oh, thank you, Y.S. Brooks. Thank you. I appreciate that. There are people who don't watch any of the shows that I review, or they might watch, a few of the shows I review, and they still watch, like, even the ones, watch my reviews that they don't watch. But, yep, and the live just ended on IG. I wish they would allow us to make lives like YouTube on IG that are longer than an hour, because I hate that, because some of my reviews I sometimes go over, especially if I'm speaking about topics like trending news or celebrities or, you know, the news, and I go over an hour and then they can only watch for an hour. But anywho, hopefully they'll run over to my YouTube channel. But yes, thank you so much for that compliment, YS Brooks. I appreciate that. So, you guys, I don't know what's going to happen next episode, but for sure, we saw in the previews how Beth's little sister, Annie, she had ran up on Boomer's ex and tackled her in the parking lot, because I've been wondering, like, where the hell she at? She ain't in jail. She the one who killed him. They got rid of the body, and obviously now have no idea where the body is, but she the one who killed him, and they spotted her in a parking lot, and she tried to run. Man, Annie must have took off and jumped on her and tackled her down to the ground. She was like, we ain't the only one gonna be facing charges. No siree. No siree, you the one who chopped up all his body parts, threw him in your basement freezer, and called us to get rid of the body. And then on top of that, you know, the agents, they're going to be digging deeper and deeper and trying to find out, you know, are these ladies really counterfeit, you know, artists, or is it something much deeper? So y'all make sure y'all tuned in next week. It comes on every Sunday at like 7. I'm in Central Standard Time. So, you know, make sure you check your local listings to find out exactly what time it comes on, you know, on Sundays for you guys. But yes, this was a great episode. I hope you guys who watched it enjoyed the episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed my review on the last episode. This again was season 2, episode 11, and I think we have like 1 or 2 episodes left, and this was called the hunting season. That's what this episode was. So if y'all haven't been watching the show, please check it out. You can see season 1 on Netflix, the whole season. Or if you have like on demand or something on your cable, I'm sure you can probably go through there and look up Good Girls and be able to, you know, download the past season and the past episodes. So there you go. Another review in the books. Y'all, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed it again. Also, you guys, remember, my first year on YouTube will be June 6th. And then after that, I can get reviewed to see if I get monetized. I'm down to, out of the 4,000 hours that you need to be reviewed, it's like 1,100 or 1,050, something like that, left of watch time hours I need. So again, as I said on every video, at the beginning of the show I said it, I appreciate all of you guys who've been just running my playlist, just click and play on a playlist, just find a playlist, one that has several videos in it, and just hit play. Even if you don't have the time to sit right in front of it and you got stuff to do around the house and you're listening to it, or, you know, anything like driving and playing it, or at work and playing it, or at the gym and playing my videos. I have tons and tons of playlists, from trending news, celebrity news, crimes, all that kind of stuff, down to reality shows and TV show reviews. So pick any playlist. Pick any playlist. And please keep running my TV shows. Thank you, YS. I thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for subbing. Thank you. I'm sure you'll love it here. But yes, so I'm getting real close, y'all. I can taste it. On the tip of my tongue, getting monetized. I can just taste it. So that's why last night I didn't come on last night. I was like, whew, I was tired, y'all. I'm like, I'll be going like weeks and weeks without taking any time off from reviews, because I know it's down to the nitty gritty. And I want to make sure when they first go around, to review me after I hit the 4K, when they first go around to review me. Thank you, Kalui. Thank you so much. And see you later, Roxanne. Thank you, Kalui. I really appreciate you and your mommy, Roxanne. Thank you so much. when they go around the first time, because you know the first time they review you, if you don't have what you need, they review you again like a couple of weeks later or maybe a month later. I want to get it out, knock it out the box when I first get reviewed. So again, to those of you who've been running my playlist and watching my videos, I really appreciate you. And also, you guys, you know, when I was live, what day was that? That was Saturday. Remember, I was working on some orders for some customers for Mother's Day. You guys didn't get to see my finished work unless y'all are following me on my Facebook page called Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. And I have a YouTube channel where I do live cake decorating, Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. So I know Roxanne, I know she saw me on, saw my pictures on my Facebook page, and she, you know, complimented it and everything. But I want to show you guys what it was. Y'all saw me putting together, like, mixing from scratch while I was doing a live review with y'all from scratch, my carrot cake cheesecake. So I want to just show y'all the final work. And I remember I was making a carrot cake cheesecake when I was talking to you guys, and then after I finished that one, and then I told you I was going to work on a banana pudding cake for the same customer. She usually orders like 2, 3, 4 cakes on holidays or birthdays. She just, I don't know what I want. They all so good. You have so many different flavors. So, you know, she ordered the banana pudding cake, and she also ordered the carrot cake. So I'm going to show y'all real quick. Let me see. Pull up my internet. Okay, I think this is it. Gotta move it up a little. Move the screen. Oh, let me blow it up. Let me blow it up a little. You say yummy, Roxanne. When I be making cakes, I'll be like, it's a good thing I'm not. There's 2 things I really don't eat when it comes to sweets. Ice cream, I really don't eat unless it's warm because I don't like the brain freeze I get when I bite into ice cream. And cakes. And a lot of people don't believe me. They be like, how you make cakes? I mean, all these beautiful, fancy, delicious cakes, wedding cakes, and everything else. And you don't even really eat cake? And I be like, because I just don't. I never been like really big on cakes. I mean, my mother, she used to make cakes a lot. She was a really great cook. She was a really great cook. She was a really great cook and baker. And I think that's where I got my, you know, my niche from. I tried to take up after her once she passed 4 years ago, and continue, you know, some of the traditional things that she did for holidays and birthdays for her grandkids and kids and whatnot. So that's kind of how I got into the cake decorating. But anyway, let me show you what I did. You said you don't know how I do it. Okay, here is one side of the carrot cake cheesecake that I did for my customer for Mother's Day. That's one pic. Let's see. Here's another angle. And she wanted some nuts on it. Usually some people like either walnuts or pecans, however you say it. I say pecans. Nuts on their carrot cakes or inside the batter. So I just go with what people want. Some people like the pecans, some people like the walnut. These are walnuts. So that's another angle of the cake. And then there's another angle of the carrot cake cheesecake that I did. And then this is one angle from the banana pudding cake that I did. It's a banana pudding cake. If you guys love banana pudding, let me tell you. Whew, banana pudding cake is like fire. It's fire. But that's one angle of the cake. And that's another angle and that's like the very top of the cake. But yeah, so that's what I do when I'm not on YouTube, when I'm not working at the main gig or dealing with the kiddos or whatnot. Move that light a little bit. But when I'm not dealing with the kiddos, working on YouTube, that's what I do. That's what I do. Next weekend is going to be busy too, and the weekend after because of graduation season. A lot of kids graduating from high school and college, so I'm like booked up through the rest of the month on the weekends. But anyway, that's what I do. So you guys, if y'all want to follow me on my Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice Facebook page, and it's on Facebook, it's on IG, and it's on YouTube. Tanya's Delights. But on IG, I'm under Tanya Cake Lady, all one word. So on IG is Tanya Cake Lady, but on YouTube and Facebook is Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. You know, IG, you can only have so many letters in your name. So anyway, yes, banana pudding, I love it too. And my mom, man, I'm telling you, God, rest in heaven, mother. I miss her very much, especially on Mother's Day, and her birthday was the day before Mother's Day, and she passed in the month of May as well. So May is like really difficult time for me, but making desserts and putting something sweet in front of somebody's face really does something for me, and that's the reason why I got into it. I love making something sweet for somebody, and you know, just making their life a little sweeter. But yeah, they are really yummy. I do over like 25 different flavors of cakes and cupcakes and other party treats, and everything from wedding cakes to chocolate covered strawberries and Rice Krispie treats. I do a lot. But yeah, check out my page. And also, you guys, don't forget, on the Hood Table, we'll be over there again, I think Friday. That's the collaboration channel that I have with Samantha. A lot of y'all done met Samantha on many of my videos. We now have our own channel called The Hood Table. DA space Hood space Table. It's not like a hoodish channel, but we two ladies, sisters from another mister, from the hood, raised in the hood, still in the hood. No shame, we still in the hood. The hood of North Omaha, Nebraska. But yeah, so make sure y'all subscribe to that channel as well. The Hood Table. That is on IG, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure you hit us up over there. We go live like once a week on The Hood Table on our collaboration channel. But thank you. I'm going to get out of here. I need to go eat some dinner. I got off of work, went to the gym, worked out for an hour and a half, came home, threw some dinner in the oven, jumped on the live, and I am so tired. But thank you guys again for tuning in tonight, and thank you for supporting me, and keep playing those playlists on this channel. I'm so close to reaching that 4K. I know within the next few weeks I'm going to reach my 1,000 with all of you guys' support. I know we have like 1,000, a little over 1,000 hours to go to that 4K. So I know we're going to get there. So you guys enjoy your evening. Enjoy your Monday. Thank you, Roxanne. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, the Hood Table. We be kicking it over there on the Hood Table. Y'all better ask somebody. If y'all seen Jada Pinkett's The Hood Table, you better ask about ours. And hers is called The Red Table. She might tell y'all little stories from the hood, you know, when she was growing up around Tupac and everything, you know, Tupac. No, I love Tupac. I wish I would have had the opportunity to grow up around Tupac. But anyway, theirs is called The Red Table on Facebook. Ours is a different kind of version. Kind of the same, but kind of different. And it's called The Hood Table. See you next time, YS Books. Thank you. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you, Kalui, and everybody else who tuned in. I know some of y'all be watching from the back of the church. But it's cool. But thank you guys for watching. As usual, Primetime Squad. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces. Good night.